Амбасадорке, вчера излезе извештајот на Европската комисија. Многу пофалби, но исто така и барања за засилување на реформскиот процес во земјата. Како го коментирате ова?
Well, we were very pleased that there was such a positive report from the European Commission on the progress of North Macedonia. We thought it reflected well on what had been done over the recent years and some areas where the country could continue to do more.
Се бара реформи во јавната администрација за кои што се уште се смета дека има непотизам и политички вработувања. Борба против корупција, реформи во правосудството. Колку овие реформи се реално спроведени и квалитетно донесени или се само закони кои што се носат од ракав?
Well, the areas you highlight are the areas highlighted by the European Council last summer. Corruption, judiciary, public administration, security and defence. And yes, there's been legislation in each of these areas, and legislation alone isn't enough. But I think we have seen some real significant gains in these areas. So one of them is the appointment of the Anti-Corruption Commission. Okay, it's only just been appointed, but the way it was appointed was in itself a success, a transparent process that was very clear to the public what was happening. And now the challenge will be for the Anti-Corruption Commission to start to work and for people to see that it's working and operating. On the judiciary, there's legislation in place, cases are moving forward, there's more to be done, there's more legislation to be adopted. It's going to be a slow process. It's also an area in which we as the UK are working with the government on monitoring of the judiciary, access to the judiciary, and looking at how some of the functions work, such as the appellate courts. So I think it's an area where we're seeing some progress, but yes, there's more to be done.
Во врска со специјалното јавно обвинителство, власта и опозицијата не можат да најдат заеднички диалог, барем засега ситуацијата е во ќорсокак. Што околу ова прашање?
So obviously the discussions in Parliament are ongoing and we read about them in the media as well. But the fact is that the Special Prosecutor was appointed because there were problems with application and access to justice in the country, and it's important that the political parties in Parliament find a solution to this, but not because of the EU progress report, but because the citizens of the country expect to have a justice system that delivers and expect cases to be brought to the end, and that there is justice for crimes that have been committed. And I think it's beholden on parliamentarians to deliver for their public.
Вие дојдовте во време кога се потпиша Преспанскиот договор за време на имплементацијата и за време на интеграциите, во време кога чекаме датум од Европската Унија за влез. Меѓутоа, Британија како најголем поддржувач досега на Северна Македонија во евроинтеграциите излегува во период кога ние сакаме да влеземе во Унијата. Какви се влијанијата кои што колкаво влијание има сега Велика Британија во Европа за како голем поддржувач за да добиеме датум?
Yes, so we've always been a strong supporter of North Macedonia's aspirations on the Euro-Atlantic path, so that's been both in NATO and in the European Union. We are now leaving the European Union. We remain a full member, so we're part of the decision-making process, and we still have strong relationships with all our European neighbours, and we continue to argue the case for North Macedonia's membership. We may be leaving, but this is what you want as a sovereign country, and we support that strongly.
Спомнавте дека сте во одлични, дека Британија е во одлични релации со останатите. Ќе успее ли да се истурка датумот?
We strongly hope it will happen, but I can't speak for all the other members of the European Union, and it will have to be a consensus decision of the member states. Well, I would comment in our opinion that demands were made of North Macedonia, both on bilateral issues with its neighbours and on the reform agenda, and our assessment is that North Macedonia has delivered, and we think that it should be judged on its merits by the European Union, and we should give North Macedonia a date for accession talks, and that is our strong position.
Меѓутоа, да се навратам на Велика Британија. Следува Брекзит, заминување, но во исто време и заминување на Тереза Меј. Колку нејзиното заминување би значило продлабочување на кризата за излез од Унијата?
Well, I think at this stage, where the United Kingdom is due to leave the European Union on the 31st of October, our aim is to leave with a negotiated deal that looks something like the deal that is currently on the table, and any new Prime Minister and leader of the Conservative Party will be aiming for the United Kingdom to leave with the European Union with the best deal that we can for both sides. So I don't think it changes what we're working towards and what we're aiming for.
Да, и за крај да ги прокоментираме само европските избори. Колку е апсурдно тоа што во Британија сепак се гласаше за пратеници кои што за кратко време ќе треба да излезат од Европскиот парламент, и една ваша генерална оценка околу изборите.
So first of all, I'd comment generally on the European elections that actually the fact that they had their highest turnout for a very long time is actually a really positive sign. It's a sign of engagement, and it's a sign of people wanting to be involved in decision making, which is great. Different parties were elected in some countries than are in power in the country, and that's how democracy works. For the United Kingdom, we're still a full member, therefore we're entitled to have parliamentarians in the European Parliament, and we will do until we leave. When we leave, I believe a system was put into place through the elections as to how those gaps will then be filled within the Parliament to allow it to function afterwards without spaces.
Ви благодарам многу.
И благодарам.